Alright y'all, you can see we just got the motor and trans mated together. I went and got some flywheel bolts from the parts store and they were a little too long. That's how far they went in. So I ended up using some really nice ones that I had on another motor in here. And a couple of donor motors there. Flywheels on, converters in, bell housing bolts are done. We got the car up here. Pretty much just gonna pressure wash it and hang this thing off in there. So use the new bolt bin for the first time pretty much. Got a bunch of good stuff in there. I had the 3/8 coarse thread bolts that go for the bell housing. All that turned out pretty good. I still think the screen's foggy.
Need a second?
Yeah.
Gotta let the temperature equalize.
Maybe it's the front screen. Yeah, that was it. Rainy day over here. Getting stuff cleaned up. Going through the trunk. Me and Shane got the motor in, motor mounts. Had to modify those a little bit. The new motor mount, the metal tabs on it were literally just in the way, like physically impossible to get the motor mount to go down. So we had to jack the motor up one side of it and take the clamshell off and do a little clearancing on it, precision grinder clearancing. But the motor's in. And these guys are cleaning everything up. We've got the headers. I've got to go get some header gaskets. And then we'll hopefully get the exhaust and all on today. Alright y'all, it has been a few days since I videoed last, the guys cleaning the parts up and stuff, but since then we have managed to do a lot of work. We've got the headers and exhaust system completely on and installed. We had to jack the motor just about all the way back out of the car to get the headers on. Obviously you can see that we've got the engine bay sprayed the same Rust-Oleum flat black that I did the firewall and frame rails in last go round, last time I had the car down here. So I haven't even unmasked anything yet. We just sprayed it about an hour ago. We've got some of the wiring started too. We've got the charge cable for the alternator ran back there to the 12 volt power tower deal there. So same way with all these GM cars. They have the two red wires here that come out of the fuse block that are the main powers for like your ignition source, headlights, taillights. They power the entire car. So the main red wire on the left there goes down to the starter. So that is a 12-volt constant distribution block. The alternator charge wire just goes to the right side of it. The starter solenoid wire is ran. We had to do a little extending on it because the old wire was in pretty rough shape. We've got stuff like the alternator excite wire up here just kind of waiting to get hooked up. But our main goal for tonight was to go ahead and paint the fender wells, mainly because once you start wiring and get everything like kind of finalized, you don't really want to pull it completely back apart to paint. I built this panel right here specifically for the MSD box, and it's going to house an ignition tower and a ground tower also. The ignition tower is going to be coming from the factory distributor wire, coil wire, this wire here, and it's going to power the MSD box, and it's going to power the relays for the fans. Then the ground tower is just going to be a main ground tower for the relay and for the MSD box. So as you can tell, we've got quite a bit done. I think I'm going to close this video out here. It's kind of like just a starting point for us. Like, I feel like this right now is a blank canvas. We're going to get it wired up the rest of the way and hopefully be starting it up here real soon. So everybody be on the lookout for this thing because it's going to run really good. I'm super excited to hear this thing. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.